Good evening and welcome to tonight's council meeting for April 28th, 2015. Clerk will call the roll, please.
Nelson.
Here.
Hildebrand.
Here.
Fowler.
Present.
Markham.
Here.
Fernsler.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Sedlacek.
Present.
Williams.
Present.
Let the record show we have a quorum. Next item is the pledge. Please stand. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is the approval of the consent agenda. The chair will entertain a motion.
So moved, Alder Markham.
Second, Hildebrand.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Clerk will call the roll, please.
Hanson.
Yes.
Fowler.
Yes.
Sedlacek.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Fernsler.
Yes.
Hildebrand.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Moving on, item 4 is the audience portion where we ask people to sign and be recognized by the chair. It's where you get to do the talking and we get to do the listening. Tonight, we have one person who signed up, Bill Emig. Bill?
Thank you, Mayor Pullman. Few things. First thing, a reminder, we are selling our firewood at the landfill. If anyone is interested, call Tanya at Utilities 893-1471. We'll be taking bids until May 8th. The other thing I'm sure you've all noticed is that the Highway 67 project started Monday. The detour for Phase 1 is up. It will be up till about mid-June. In mid-June, the intersection by Mill Street and North Milwaukee will be open, and the intersection at Mill Street and Caroline Street will be closed. And then the work will continue from there, north along Highway 67, Caroline, Elizabeth Street, North Milwaukee Street up to Zerke Road. And that will be going on until November, probably. So Phase 1 is in progress. The other detour going on this week is the Highway 67 Railroad project. They're putting in a crossing that should be completed in 1 week, and it should be open by either Friday or next Monday. 57. Highway 57, did I say 60? Yeah, 57. Yeah, we all know. And lastly, just kind of a heads up, the Highway 67 County Truck Highway PP intersection, that work is scheduled to begin in mid-August. That is coordinated with Phase 2 of the Highway 67 project. And then lastly, want to remind people about garage sale, yard sale signs. They cannot be in the right-of-way. If we find them in the right-of-way, we're just going to take them down. And the right-of-way is typically, say 15 feet from the curb. So anything in the right-of-way is illegal and will be picked up, and just kind of a little reminder for everyone. So thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Again, if people want to address the council on issues and concerns, please do so. We have had some calls on the detours, and we invite you to call the clerk's office and/or Bill Emig at the utility office for clarification and a schedule on that. And we will be having updates on the city website and the local newspaper on that. And your local merchants have maps that are out everywhere too. I've seen a couple of them. So keep your eyes open for that. Moving on, item 5, proclamation for Plymouth American Legion Week, April 27th to May 1st. I'll ask Clerk Huberty to read the proclamation and then we'll entertain a motion.
Whereas the American Legion was chartered by Congress on September 16, 1919, as a wartime veterans organization based on the 4 pillars of Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, National Security, Americanism, and Children and Youth, And whereas over the years, the American Legion has become a preeminent community service organization which now numbers more than 2.5 million members of men and women with over 14,000 American Legion posts worldwide. And whereas the Plymouth American Legion Post 243 is named after Walter A. Lodwig and Clarence Zingraf, both combat casualties of World War I, and the first meeting of the Plymouth Lodwig Zingraf Post 243 was held on April 8, 1920, at the Plymouth Library. And whereas I urge all citizens to congratulate members of the Plymouth American Legion Post 243 on their 95th anniversary of service to the community, providing a variety of programs that support the 4 pillars and are dedicated to the ideas of freedom and democracy while working to make a difference in the lives of fellow Americans. Therefore, be it resolved that Donald O. Pullman, Mayor of the City of Plymouth, on behalf of the Common Council, hereby proclaims the week of April 27th through May 1st, 2015 as American Legion Week in the City of Plymouth.
Thank you. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the proclamation as read.
So move, Alder Williams. Second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? That proclamation is being read to the Legion at their 95th anniversary this evening out at Johnsonville as we speak. So very timely indeed. We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Moving on, item 9. No, I'm sorry. I'm a little fast there. Item 6, proclamation of National Nursing Home Week, May 10th through May 16th, 2015. I ask the clerk to read that proclamation too.
Whereas Plymouth is stronger because we honor and respect our elders and citizens of any age with physical or intellectual disabilities who reside at a skilled nursing or post-acute care center in Plymouth. And whereas these citizens have made important contributions to the success and growth of our Plymouth and the surrounding communities, and whereas skilled nursing centers are holding events in observation of National Nursing Home Week, May 10th to May 16th, using this year's theme of Bring on the Fiesta, and guided by the American Health Care Association. And whereas I urge all citizens to visit a loved one, friend, or neighbor being cared for in any setting or offer a kind word or a personal touch to show your continuing support. And whereas my administration is committed to quality health care and continuously improving quality of life, we take this moment to embrace the spirit of Bring on the Fiesta and wish all residents, patients, caregivers, and other staff and visitors to skilled nursing centers a week-long festival of family, life, and love. Therefore, be it resolved that Donald Pullman, Mayor of the City of Plymouth, hereby proclaims the week of May 10th through the 16th, 2015 to be National Nursing Home Week in the City of Plymouth, and urge every citizen to honor the elderly residents of the nursing homes by visiting or volunteering at the Plymouth Care Center, to bring good cheer to the residents and appreciation to the staff who care for our elderly citizens on our behalf.
Thank you, Clerk Huberty. The Chair will entertain a motion to approve the proclamation as read.
So move, Alder Nelson.
Second, Alder Marco.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item 7 is not needed. No items were removed from the consent agenda. Item 8, old business. Award the Franklin Street and Schwartz Street sanitary sewer project to Kip Gulch, Gulseth Construction, Manitowoc, Wisconsin, in the amount of $76,604.19. I'll ask Bill Emig, our Director of Public Works, to give us a summary on that.
We discussed this at the last meeting. We did open bids on the 23rd. We got the 5 bids in front of you. And it's the closest I've ever seen bids come out since I've been around. It's like $108 between the two lowest bidders. Kip Gulseth did the work on Chaplain Court. He's done other work in the city. He did some work on Well 17, so we're familiar with him. He's a responsible contractor, and I'd recommend that we award this contract to him. So, any questions about the project or the bids? Okay.
Thank you, Bill. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the bid as proposed in the amount of $76,604.19.
So moved, Alderman Markle.
Second, Alder Hanson.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Clerk will call the roll.
Hildebrand,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Fernsler,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Sedlacek,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Next item is new business. Item 9, discussion and approval of street use permit and temporary Class B picnic license for Downtown Plymouth Association to hold Taste of Plymouth on Mill Street from Stafford Street East to the end of Mill Street Transfer and Mill Street Garden buildings on June 11th, 2015, from 3:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Tonight we have Randy Schwer, who is the downtown business manager. Did I say that right? Here tonight. Welcome, and tell us what the Taste of Plymouth is all about.
We have 15 food stands that we're going to have, and businesses will have displays on the street, and then we'll have entertainment, different musical performers. And it'll be the first event that we're going to be doing with the downtown businesses to promote coming to downtown Plymouth this summer. So, there you go.
Sounds good. Phil, do we need any benches or barricades or tables, or do we have all that worked out?
We haven't, we'll work out those.
We'll work that out? Okay,
We haven't discussed that, but I
okay,
haven't seen a request for benches or tables.
okay,
Is there?
No.
No, and you'll be seeing that by Friday.
okay.
And the detour, you said, well, that, we
The
would need
chief-
to,
The chief is
looking
looking
on the
into that.
detour.
We'll set up a detour similar to Mill Street Days on that Saturday. Probably, and it'll depend also on the construction on the 67 project, exactly which way we're gonna have to go. So it might be a day or two decision which way we're gonna use, but we'll have it posted well enough and some signage. Randy and I have been talking about different signage to get groups, to get the people that wanna attend the festival in the downtown area for parking and such, yet still move traffic through town.
It's a Thursday, right?
That's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, yeah.
Band concerts Thursday?
Clerk Huber?
And
Yeah,
we,
they are.
we will be requiring a certificate of insurance because you're using public land on that, so that still needs to be submitted. And then also, the application for the street use permit, I believe, if the motion is made, according to Chief Tauschek, that there's a request to waive the fee for the street use permit. There's 2 permits in this that we're looking at here, is the street use permit and the temporary picnic license. The picnic license, the $10 fee was paid today,
Okay,
but there's a request to waive the fee for the street use permit.
so the motion should include the waiving of the street use permit and working out the details for the detour and any picnic tables or benches different things that we've done for Mill Street in the past or whatever.
This,
Yeah.
because the
You,
licensed premise
you
is gonna
can,
be the street.
we'll leave that up to you.
So that,
You would be able to.
yeah, that's what I checked with Crystal, as long as the street
Okay.
address is on
Yes. And that, it would be beer, wine, and soft drinks.
Has that been applied for already?
That's in.
the. That's the temporary
No,
license,
that's
that's,
not, oh, that's all right, looking up here.
there's, yeah,
Boy,
there's-
excuse me, I went brain dead.
No, I've been there many times.
and I
Okay.
know there was some question about open containers on the street, and that's, I consulted with Attorney Feber on that, and the license, you know, where they applied for the temporary license, and they're listing the street address, you know, Mill Street from Stafford up to those, end of the Mill Street Transfer Building, so that will be considered a licensed premise. So that means that anywhere there's a licensed premise, the alcohol can be served and open, and drank in open containers. So that's, what you will be approving here tonight, that the open containers are allowed on the street for that time
And
period.
we do that solely on wristbands. Proof of age gets a wristband, and then once you have a wristband, you're able to go to the bar for service.
And your application said in the alleyway next to Brown Bottle,
That's where
that's
I'm
where you,
looking at the setup
where
being
just the
right
one
there.
point of
Yeah.
sale. It's not where people, if I'm wrong on this, it's not that you can go into, say, D. O'Malley's bar or Brown Bottle Bar and get a drink and bring it out. It has to be sold from that location only,
Okay.
and that's the only.
I would ask for a motion to those stipulations, and then we'll open it up for questions.
So moved, Alder Markham.
Second, Hildebrand.
We have a first and a second. Any questions of Randy or the chief? Alderman Hanson.
The beverage that will be served is beer?
And soda, not hard liquor,
No,
correct?
beer, wine, and soft drink.
Wine?
Yeah, and wine. And I also have, for 6 years, I've done Taste Sheboygan. That's an event I've done. And every event like this is worked around a nonprofit. This particular event is to benefit Generations. So most of the Generation staff will be selling the tickets in the ticket booths that we have, because it's a ticket event. And we've done beer, wine, and soft drinks at Taste in Sheboygan forever, for 6 years. And it's not a problem. It's a pretty family-friendly event.
Another question.
Another one, follow-up?
Chief, what, does it put a burden on your staff, or is it, how do you monitor
No, we
that?
normally have enough people on at that time of the year, and we'll have officers walking through the event. So I don't anticipate any major problems. And as Randy said, it's a family type atmosphere. I've been to the one, their taste in Elkhart Lake several times, and it's an older age group of people, so I don't expect any big issues at all.
Any other questions? Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Chief. Clerk will call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Fernsler,
Yes.
Hildebrand,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Fowler.
Yes.
Sedlacek. Markham.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
very
Randy.
much.
Next item on the agenda is item 10, entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.85 per N1 per NG, conferring with legal counsel. At this time, I would ask to clear the council chambers, and just FYI, when we finished our closed session tonight, item 13 will not be needed, and we will, when we come out of